What's going on, everybody? We seem to keep having these conversations over and over again about conference and conference realignment. A couple years ago, they did it to the Big 12, and you can see people like Paul Feinbaum saying the Big 12 was over, making fun of them because they only had 10 teams. Now they got a bunch of teams. They did it with the, Big 10 actually at one point in time. ACC is simple. Out of that Super Big 10 team, that Super Big 10 conference they got going on, go ahead and grab Rutgers, go ahead and grab Maryland, and I'll get to the Pac-12 here soon. Go ahead and grab all those teams, because I think those teams understand in a super huge conference like that, it may be impossible to compete to even have a chance to be talked about in the college football playoff. So teams that are in your proximity, give them the money they want. If Florida State wants to leave, go ahead. But if Florida State leaves, they got to realize that if they go to the SEC or some of these other conferences, it's going to be harder for them to get into that college football playoff. Can y'all imagine? Florida State's a great team, but can y'all imagine them in the SEC? They may be the 5th or 6th best team. In the Big 10, they're going to have to go through Ohio State, Michigan State. There's a gauntlet in every single conference now. So if they aren't happy with the revenue sharing, go ahead, but they won't be the cream of the crop, or they won't be on the top of the mountain like they are in the ACC right now. So if I'm the ACC, if that's what Florida State wants to do, you let them go. Clemson wants to do that, you let them go. I guarantee you, with these huge super conferences, some of these teams that were top in their own conference won't be the cream of the crop, and won't be the 12 getting into the college football playoff. So you have to take that exchange at some point, saying, I'm not getting this ridiculous amount of money, but I'm getting a nice amount of money, but I'm on top of my conference, so therefore the amount of money I make is going to even out. Versus wanting all this big revenue split. Now the Pac-12, they talking about the Pac-12 is going to fumble, fall apart, which a lot of times it is. They're talking about a merger with the Mountain West. I don't know why the Pac-12 guy didn't just say, once USC and UCLA left last year, say the rest of the teams, I want y'all to stay intact, and then go get a Boise State, go get a UNLV, go get a San Diego State, because San Diego State's the only real big, football. You have University of San Diego. They have a couple of other football teams, but the biggest football thing going on in a big metropolitan area like San Diego right now, since the Chargers left, is San Diego State. So that Pac-12 guy should have went and got them and did what he needed to do to keep the Pac-12 secure. Last but not least, when it comes to conference realignment, y'all just got to play ball. ACC, don't forget about ECU. ECU is right there. They have a great fan base. They have great football and great baseball. Their baseball team would go right in. Their football team was neck and neck with North Carolina and all the big teams they played earlier last year. They got a nice size stadium. Add them. So you got Maryland, you got Rutgers, you got ECU. Go ahead and add them. And as y'all seen before, they didn't take certain conferences serious. And now with the way recruiting and transfer portal things are going, if you get the right coaching staff and the right group of guys together in one room one year, you can do some things, and you can make your conference look good. Peace, I'm out.